UNO, and this is the first part of this because it's a big presentation. So here we go. Shom, you can start.
Hello everyone. Today we'll learn about UNO. So UNO, as we all know, stands for United Nations Organization, and it is an intergovernment organization formed in the year 1945. Currently, it has 193 members, and the aim, if you talk about the aim of the UNO, is first of all to maintain international peace and security. Secondly, to maintain human rights and to see the human rights. Thirdly, to provide humanitarian aid to the affected nations and the areas which are in crisis, and to encourage sustainable development and to uphold the international laws. If we see in the history that it was coined, the term United Nations was coined by US President Franklin D. Roosevelt in 1942, and in 1942 also the declaration by UN was signed by 26 nations against Axis powers, which were generally Rome, Berlin and Tokyo. So there were, as we all know, there were in World War II, there were two powers, Axis powers versus Allied powers. In Axis powers, Italy, Germany and Japan were the main countries, and in the Allied powers, US, UK, and there were also many countries. So so the United Nations Conference of International Organization was held in San Francisco, in USA in the year 1945, and 50 countries were part of it. Now, if you see about the structure of UNO, currently it has first of all General Assembly, in which 193 members are there. It is the only universal. It is such part of the UN in which universal representation is there, such as 193 countries participate in it, and the meeting is held in New York in General Assembly Hall every year September, and the president is chosen among the members of the 193 members in the General Assembly only. The president is for 1 year, and in this assembly there are debates, there are discussion, and there are also the voting is done on different issues. Issues like security and environment required 1/3 majority to pass, and simple majority for the not so important issues is required. Next is the Security Council. The job of Security Council is to maintain international peace and security. It has 15 members, and 5 are permanent and 10 are non-permanent. So the permanent members are China, France, UK, US, and Russia. These are the 5 permanent members of Security Council, and they have got a veto. In veto, they can reject any of the resolution that is in the Security Council. So this is a very powerful post, and the 10 non-permanent members are chosen from these 193 members according to based on their regions, and they are chosen for 2 years. So now, third part is Economic and Social Council. So in the Economic and Social Council, we have 54 members, and 54 members are nominated by the General Assembly and for a period of 3 years. Now, Economic and Social Council is the largest organization, is the largest part of the United Nations organization. It is focused on many aspects, such as humanitarian aid and preservation of World Heritage Sites. It has many agencies, such as United Nations Children's Fund, International Labour Organization, United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, World Health Organization, International Monetary Fund, and International Maritime Organization, and many other organizations. It has also regional basis of organization, like for Africa we have we have a different agency. For Asia we have different agency. So it works like that. Next is the International Court of Justice. So it is particularly is in Hague, and it settles the dispute between the two countries and two or more countries, whatever is there. Now, fifth part is the secretariat. The secretariat is basically is like a office of UNO. In there, a staff is there, and day-to-day routine workouts are carried out in secretariat. So this is it.
Any doubts, anyone? So far.
I want to ask that in the International Court of Justice, if there is any verdict and any country rejected it, so what will happen?
So the Security Council will take action against it, and it can be also there that sanctions will be imposed on that country, and that country will suffer economic sanctions and other sanctions.
I want to know if all the countries of the world, also all the so-called responsible nations of the world, did they not feel the need for such an organization until the end of the Second World War?
What? Can you repeat your question?
I just wanted to know that did all the nations of the world only come to realize that such an organization was needed in 1945, or before this also there was
Before this, there was League of Nations, which was established in, I think, 1920, but it ceased its operations on 1946 because it became ineffective. If you see, right after the First World War, in 1920, the League of Nations were formed, but after the Russia invaded Finland, basically Russia was expelled from League of Nations after that, and after that it became ineffective. It was ineffective. It was ineffective in disarmament of arms, and it's eventually ceased its operation in 1946 after the formation of UNO.
Gentlemen, can you tell me about any recent incident where UN has maintained internal peace and security?
Yeah, I will tell in the next slide.
Anything else? Fine. Good show. Sure. Yes. Next time, we will talk.